mystic moons. There's a couple that recently have gone separate ways. Nina Dobrev. Well, that actress who was in the Vampire Diaries, I believe, right? That was a series that she was on for several years. Wasn't her role or her moniker at some point America's Sweetheart, something of that nature? And snowboarder Shaun White. Well, apparently they got together during COVID or around COVID, met a few years earlier, and I believe last fall, they got engaged after 5 years of being together. Maybe at that point it was more like 4 years being together. And recently, not only is the engagement called off, but they are officially split. And I'd like to go and see why. Why has that been called off? Now, there are some theories going about, and I am curious to pull a card or two on those specifically. But before we do that, let's just go and do a general reading. Why did Nina and Shaun break up? Why did Nina and Shaun break up? Well, first of all, 5 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck energy, 2 of Wands, 3 of Cups. I'm going to say, first of all, attention wasn't being given. Either attention wasn't being given that was needed. Well, definitely a split of priorities. Hello, and thank you for the like. A split of priorities. Definitely, that's the bottom of the deck energy that we have here. 3 of Cups, Queen of Cups, High Priestess, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. So I am a little curious here. I do read my queens as cardinals with 3 of Cups and Queen of Cups. I know that a couple of weeks ago she was spotted still with Shaun. So this is a relatively new and quite different presentation that she's putting out, right? Being separated. But I do wonder, in this energy, this Cancerian energy, was there anything that happened or started to crumble between them in June? And thank you for the like. And I say that too with Queen of Cups. This is energy. 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 3 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Especially this High Priestess and Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. You know, there's something that got started not too long ago in the energy with them as a couple, something that his attention got diverted quite a bit towards another direction. That's in here in the bottom of the deck energy. But let's go and see our Ace of Pentacles. In a nutshell, what someone wanted, the other wasn't giving. The other was taking those resources, that attention, that affection, and not putting it to where it had to go. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, High Priestess energy. Feels like there's an excess of female energy there. But let's go and find out more. So, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is clarified by an Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Four of Cups, but Four of Wands. Why did they break up? First of all, definitely care, attention, love, the building blocks that makes a relationship stable, makes any connection stable, that builds upon that was not being maintained. And I do feel here with Four of Wands, Four of Cups, Queen of Cups, it came almost down to Nina realizing that what she wanted, she wasn't ever really going to get. And I also think, too, this has been a gradual thing. This is not anything new that has been happening for her. But I think that the trigger here was really the fact that it happened one too many times, Four of Wands, Four of Cups, and too public. With that initial energy that we had, bottom of the deck energy, the Three of Cups, Queen of Cups, High Priestess, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, King of Cups. That progression of that energy there, all under a Five of Pentacles, or I think it was Five of Pentacles, right? Five of Pentacle initial energy. He's been drifting and starting up things with other people. And I think in Nina's case, it just got too public, too much of a conversation piece, and wasn't the first time. It was just the behavior of it, and yet it was too public for her. That's essentially why they broke up. I'm going to say he strayed, but he strayed in a public way, and he's been doing that consistently. There's some other things that I came across, other rumors, and I want to throw a few cards on those. One is the fact that Shaun White had a lawsuit that was settled out of court for him being less than a gentleman. And he was able to brush it off as part of a baseless Me Too allegation. And of course, this happened before Nina and him got together, so she was fully aware that he had this allegation of sexual deviancy for Shaun White. And I'm just curious, not so much on the allegation, but I am curious about her energy. Why would she pursue something with Shaun White when he's had such a reputation? Also, too, at that time, there is something else. There's three things. Another question I want to pursue after this. Just throw a few cards on it. This isn't part of that question, but while he initially met her and got together with her during COVID 2019, 2020, he was with someone that he left for her. That's neither really here or there, but I'm curious about the fact that there was that lawsuit that came across him, and if you read some of the details of it, it's kind of gross. I did read a few details of that lawsuit that was put to Shaun White, and it's rather icky. It's almost in the same level as that Robert Patterson rumors. But let's go and see first. Why would Nina go and deal with him? Knowing that, Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Four of Wands, Hierophant, Page of Pentacles. You know, Nina, initially when she met him, or when she decided to get involved with him, she believed she could change him. She believed that she could offer commitment. She believed she could settle down. She believed in a new start, a fresh start with him, and she believed with commitment of putting together a relationship that somehow something new, something bright would form. She believed that an investment with her would change how he would normally, or how he normally acts. Three of Pentacles gets a Two of Swords. Page of Wands. Hangman. I'm going to say that Nina, when she first met him, or decided to get involved with him rather, because she met him before, a couple years before she got involved, she knew fully well what type of person Shaun is. Two of Swords, Page of Wands. She knew Hangman. She knew fully well what kind of person he was. And I'm also going to say there are probably people quite close to Nina, either at that time, well, obviously at that time, who also, if she didn't know what type of person he was, they told her. She knew exactly who she was dealing with, exactly with his past, and had an idea about his picadillos. But for some reason, she still wanted to go and pursue that, still wanted to see what she could build with that. And I do believe in this energy too. She believed that something would change, special and unique to her. If she just gave it the chance, she believed in the possibilities of what could be. All that page energy again, very strong page energy. Initiation, fresh starts, new things, new ideas, new ventures. That Hangman, to go into that a little bit more, we have Eight of Pentacles, willing to go and give it time in that energy. Two of Swords, we have Tower, didn't want to go and hear about what he was doing, what he had been doing. Knight of Wands, Nine of Wands. I feel like she, even though it was 5 years, it's like she moved too fast towards him, knowing too well who he was. And then she tried to give it time to go and work out. And yet it just kept on not fulfilling what she expected. Interesting. Page of Wands. Page of Wands has a card that fell out. I have Ace of Swords, Some more cards that fell out. Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. She really believed that she could change him. She also believed that what she could offer him would be valuable to him. She would have value to him. But she knew what type of person he was. And it didn't really matter because she thought the type of person that he was wouldn't apply to her at the time. And then she kept on giving him more time to grow into the type of person that she saw, that she wanted to see in him. There's a third question I'd like to go and take a little peek into. Apparently, too, Shaun White is rumored to have some really gross habits. Apparently, he's into poop. He cheats. He's like supposedly kind of really icky. So I'm just curious. We'll just ask directly. Did Nina break up with him because he cheats too much? He couldn't stop cheating. She took him back. She overlooked it. And if anything, in the energy, at least from what I've been pulling, it seems like whatever his habits and picadillos are, it didn't even curb it or keep it at a certain rate. It feels like everything just intensified. The more time she gave it, the more it flourished, the more it grew. So I am curious, and I'll ask directly. And of course, let me preface by saying, obviously, I have no connection to these people. All of this is conjecture. All of this is for entertainment purposes only. You know, all that stuff, right? For entertainment purposes only. Did Shaun cheat on Nina? Eight of Swords and the Devil. Three of Cups, bottom of the deck energy. Six of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Judgment. She gave him a lot of time and a lot of leeway. Did he cheat on Nina? It's almost in this energy. What has she allowed herself to see? What has she allowed herself to see of his actions that have been happening all right in front of her eyes, and she just gave him more time and leeway into it until finally she couldn't ignore it anymore? But she was trying very hard to go and focus on the good. And in this energy, there was nothing really good to see. Did he cheat on her? I would say it's not a singular. It's just his behavior, who he is. I'm not going to pull on his picadillos because that's too creepy. But I'm also not going to bother to pull anything more on this. Nina went into the relationship with her eyes fully open on the type of person that he was. I also think that she was told before she got, or brought to public their relationship by people close to her, exactly to what type of person he was. And then continually, while they've been in that relationship, she's heard various things about him, seen various things about him, and she could only shut it off too much. She could only shut it off to a certain point until finally it was confronted to her too many times, become the subject of conversation too many times, too much in her face. I do feel in this energy with Nina and Shaun, if Shaun was able to keep a lower profile, Nina would have not canceled that engagement. It's a matter of ego now and a matter of publicity. How much can she go and keep her public face? He wasn't allowing her to maintain. That's ultimately why she ended the relationship, at least up to this point. I'm curious, since they did get together and back again, and they all were together for 5 years, will they get back again together? I mean, his behavior is nothing new. It's also nothing that's been curbed. It's been intensifying, if you ask me, while they've been together. Will Nina get back with Shaun? One final question. Will Nina and Shaun reconcile? Hierophant, 7 of Cups. It's not off the table. Reconciling and coming back again together for Nina and Shaun is not off the table precisely. If he will be willing to say the things she needs to hear. If he can say the things that she needs to hear, tap into the history, the heartstrings that would go and affect her. Yeah. I'm not seeing that it's a done deal chapter, precisely because they have history together, and that 2 of Cups chariot energy, that Cancerian energy, once the heart impression is there, but he has to say the proper things. He has to go and put on the proper appearance, also too with Hierophant and 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups has a variety of meanings. One of the meanings definitely is appearances. And I do feel the whole reason why everything fell apart in the first place was she wasn't able to maintain her public appearance. Something about her pride got hit one too many times. But could they get back together again? There's a possibility. Let's find out more. Hierophant. I'm going to take these 2 cards, even though I only meant to take 1. If he makes a proper amends to her, I think she'll take him back. I don't think she'll go and make any sort of overtures towards him, but if he makes the right overtures towards her, yeah, they'll get back together again. Will he make the right overtures towards her? Will Shaun try to reconcile with Nina? Yeah. I'm not going to go and pull timing on this. Let me see one more card here. 5 of Wands. I wonder if they have an open relationship. I wonder if they've been together, but have they been together in a monogamous type of relationship, or has it been an open relationship? Maybe they just haven't been, maybe that part isn't publicized with Nina and Shaun. Because I have lots of people in this energy. I also have that this is his behavior. As I mentioned, she'd like to keep it quiet. Will Shaun make the movements to reconcile with her? I'm getting a definite yes. Definitely. And I feel like he makes he moves towards her, she'll accept him. With that Five of Wands here, though, his behavior is not going to change. He will make overtures to get back together with him. He has an excellent chance of getting back with her. But he's still going to go and bring his entourage, this is who he is. His sexual deviancies, picadillos, habits, taste, whatever you want to call it. That's who he is, and he really leans into that. But Five of Wands here too also means that this isn't unexpected. I think they have an open relationship, that he is allowed, if that's the right word, to go out and be with other people. Maybe the question is just how public, or how much does she care about other people knowing that? Anyway, I expect them to go and get back together again at some point. And they've always had an open relationship. If it hasn't been open, then he definitely has been acting like it. And that's a part of him that comes with whoever is with Shaun in a so-called relationship. Him being with a whole bunch of other people, half the neighborhood, is part of the deal with him. And whoever his partner is, that Eight of Swords, devil energy, really details, at least for right now, for Shaun in particular, that's his soulmate energy or ideal life partner energy. Someone who doesn't necessarily match what he does or does what he does, but someone who can accept what he does and looks the other way. That is what I have on Shaun and Nina. I am a little curious as to why would she go after a type of person like that, or a relationship like that? But that can be a reading for another day. I think I'm going to spend the rest of the time doing a zodiac. Anyway, thank you for the likes. And, well, until next time, check out the other readings if you'd like to go and listen to something else. I think article will be a general. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be in all signs. Anyway, until next time, bye-bye.